Hello everyone, how's it going? Are you good? I hope you are. This is a special stream for me. I'm going to show everyone my my eDrum setup because it's something that has taken me a couple of years of getting used to, and there's a lot of things I've discovered and a lot of people ask me questions about, like, how do you do this, how do you do that? And I'll try and take some questions, by the way, from anyone that's got one of these kits or a similar kit that's trying to get it to work with Superior Drummer, which is the software that I use. And I'd just like to try and share some of the wisdom that I've gained over the past few years. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I've just realised that isn't the sound that I actually want it to be, so I'm just going to very quickly change that. I was playing around with some settings earlier, and that isn't what I want. So let me just I might as well show you this, right? Because this is kind of relevant. So if we go to, that's the wrong thing. There we go. If we go there, you can see this. So that's hitting a ride at the moment, isn't it? Don't want that. I want it to be crash number 2. So what I'm going to do is click on here and go, hey mate, ride edge. I don't want that. I want crash 2. That's better. But then the edge of it, or the tip of it, is actually the wrong thing. So I'm going to change that to crash 2 as well. Success! That's a tom for some reason. I've got no idea why that's a tom. Let's change that. That is a stack, but it's actually instrument 1, I think that is. It is instrument 1. Ride is right. China's right. Okay, brilliant. Everything's working. Superb. All right, let me just play. I'll play a song to get into the swing of it. Let's go with one of my favourites. Let us know what the audio levels are like, guys, if I need to change anything. I do like playing this song. Right, we got any drummers in chat? Have we got anyone in the chat who has an electronic drum kit? Speak up. McMallans, yo. Halbalite, hello. Dabaza, yo, yo, yo. Alright, we're going to share some treats for you guys in a minute. Stoobs, TD12. Yeah, mate. Okay, let's get into it a little bit. Let's quiet that down a little bit. Okay, McMallans in chat, you have a TD50 and Superior Drummer, but you can't make it work. Okay, I'm going to have to show you how to do that then, aren't I? Right, so a couple of things you need. You need one of these, which is the TD50. You don't have to have the TD50. I've just got the silly, amazing Roland TD50, which has been a dream come true. And you need a copy of this. This is Superior Drummer 3, Toontrack software. This is what TesseracT have been using for the longest imaginable time. If you've heard a TesseracT record, you have heard samples from Toontrack, and Acle and myself use Superior Drummer 3 when we're programming ideas. So the kit that I normally use, I'm starting out the stream with the kit that I normally use. I've got access to some new ones that I'll show you in a bit. I use a pack up here that's called Modern Metal EasyX, which is like just kind of out of the box, sounds bloody amazing. I really, really like it. Now what I'm going to do is show you as if like you just turned the electric drum kit on, right? You've just got one of these kits, you've set it all up, and you're like, okay, the sounds that are in this box, they're good, you know, the ones that come with the Roland, but when you connect it to a computer and you start using the sounds that come with this software or the libraries that you can download that are additional, it starts to sound bloody amazing, because it's literally like the best drum kits in the best studios played by the best drummers in the world, and then you can use those sounds on your kit in your house. Like, I'm in a tiny little room here, but I've got these massive drum sounds, which is kind of a dream. So first thing you need to do is connect this thing here, this Roland box here at the back, which you can't quite see. There's a cable, a MIDI cable that goes out to there and into the sound card. So I've got a laptop here running with Superior Drummer 2 on it, 3, sorry, Superior 3, and I've got a Focusrite Scarlett 18i8 just sat underneath there, which has got the MIDI cable going into the back. And then in Superior, we go to, where do we go to? Pretty sure it's settings. Let's have a look. Is it settings? General? MIDI in. Here we go. So we're in the general settings area. So McMallans, this is relevant to you, okay? This is 100% relevant to what you just asked. How do you get it to work? Real easy. You see, up the top here, you've got a list of all these drum manufacturers. You've got Elasis, you've got Apple. I didn't know Apple made drums. Okay, GarageBand drums, so I guess they make like specific pads and things. You got all these manufacturers down here, and for me, I get out to Roland, and it's like, holy shit, there's all these drum kits and pads and whatever. You can just select the one that is your kit. So mine is the TD50, so I click on that. Boom, it loads all of the stuff that I need. Like the default settings for a TD50 are now loaded up in Superior Drummer, so it knows that when I go, hello mate, that's my snare, it knows that these are going to be what they are. Now, I've got a slightly different setup, haven't I? It's literally as simple as that. That's how you get your basic settings, right? That's how you tell it, hey, I'm a drummer and I've got this drum kit, and I want you to know that I'm using this drum kit so that you can load the basic settings and get it kind of working. Now, confirming it works. Sometimes though, if you're like me, you've got a couple of extra pads. So I've got like an extra couple of cymbal pads. I've got one over here that's actually it's actually broken. I broke it because I hit it too hard with massive drumsticks. So I'll talk about that one in a minute. But I've got a couple of extra pads, and I want them to do a different thing, right? So you're like, okay, I want, let's say, that wasn't a cymbal a minute ago. There we go. I want, what's that? That is a stack. Is it a stack or a china or something? So I want this cymbal here to be that one there. It's really, really simple, right? You click on this thing here. It says MIDI eDrum settings. That's China. That's Crash 2. Let's do, I think it's China 1. You just change it to that. Oh, that's a different China. That'll work. So it's really, really simple to just switch the pads around. Where's that stack that I just hit? I really like that. Was it Spock? Is it that one? That's the one. So let's get off that. And you should see... Oh, not that. You should see it start. There you go. Confirming that it works. Simple as that. You can get the edges of these toms also, you can trigger different sounds as well, as you guys know, because I've done some stupid sounds on my streams in the past. I'm not gonna set that up on this stream. McMallans, how many extra cymbals can you connect on the TD50 without having to buy something else? Good question. Probably I've got an extra 2. I think you can put another let's have a look. It looks like I've got another, at least another 1, if not 2. I've got another couple of jack inputs on the back there. But you could just get you wouldn't have to necessarily get one of these. You could get just like a MIDI connector. So you could connect a bunch more pads without necessarily needing to go through a Roland brain, and just connect that with MIDI into, or USB or MIDI or whatever, into your computer, and then you can just add more instruments. So let's say I'm going to have the rim of that tom, right? You see that? I'll show you. Rim of tom. This guy here, I don't want that to be the tom sound. I want it to be a splash. So let's go back to here. No, let's go back to here, and I'll say, hey, splash cymbal. That's nice. Should we take that one, or should we get another one? Let's take that one. I like that one. We can be like, hey, splash, let's be on this drum here. So you can just go, where is it? Rack tom. That's the edge. So let's just do splash. There you go. So, because I don't want to have a whole extra cymbal pad on here, I'm just going to make that be the splash. Now, the only thing with that is that it doesn't feel as loud as a splash would be in real life if I was hitting it. Like, it feels a little bit, I want it to be a bit louder. So we can do that. It's just simple. There's a few different ways we can do it, but the way I like to quickly do it without messing with the mix too much. If I go to velocity here, check this out. So I'm hitting the edge. I can draw this line wherever I want, but I can make it go up real loud just by bringing it back. Hear the difference? Let's switch around so you can see it. So over to velocity, move this curve a little bit. It's not even a curve, it's literally just a line. But so that's where it was. Now I want to be able to do like a lighter one and a heavier one, so that should work. There you go. Simple as that. It's so flipping easy. So there's a couple of things you can do. Now, one thing that that a lot of people have issues with when it comes to eDrums and the software, and this is not exclusive to me. If you guys have watched me on Twitch before, you'll know that I've had grief with this. Especially in the past, I've had a nightmare with this. The hi-hat. So there's a lot of moving parts. Okay, you've got like the top part, the second, the underneath, and it's not quite smart enough to know when the difference between it being open and closed. It kind of wants to trigger all of these different sounds because within the software, right, within here, if we go to hi-hat and we go to articulations, there's all these different things it's trying to trigger. Like if you look at snare, like if we look at or tom, hit the tom, articulations, you've got, that's it. You've got tom. There's like, let me show you. You've got center, that's it. That's the sound, right? If you go to hi-hat, there's 11 articulations that you can load. So you've got different versions of slightly open that you can hear. You've got, you've got tight, you've got slightly open, you've got slightly more open. Yeah, I think you've got 6 of them. Let's see. 0 to 4. And then you've got closed edge, tight edge, 0 to 4, closed tip, tight tip, pedal closed, and pedal open. So there's all these different sounds. And for the longest time, it was getting confused with what sound to trigger, because if you think about it, when you're clamping down on that, the sensors in that are just going to be like, hey, you're doing the thing, I'm going to trigger all the sounds. But Toontrack, the beautiful Toontrack, have introduced a solution, because it was triggering all the sounds and it was not acting like a hi-hat. So what you do is, anyone, by the way, if I'm talking to drummers in here, Stoobs, I can see you're already saying yes, the hi-hat, oh my god, thank you. McMallen's flipping right, you as well. This is going to be so relevant. So hi-hat, select the hi-hat control, there we go. Look at this. So here's your first thing that you need to, the first thing you need to do is calibrate, okay? To calibrate, dead easy, click a button, it says calibrate, you close the hi-hat, you open the hi-hat, you close the hi-hat, and then you click save. That's how you calibrate it. Now, before you do that, you want to calibrate it on the brain on here, on the Roland brain. Now, I've already got mine calibrated, and I don't want to mess with it, but if you go to trigger, hi-hat, and then scroll down, where is it? Where do you do it? Digital? No, it's not digital. I'm going to have to find where to do this now. It's been so ages since I've done it. Okay, it's not there, I can't is it the offset? Offset. Okay, so you click in here and you click this button to execute, and all you have to do, you just loosen the hat, and you loosen the clutch on the top here. You let it sit there. You hit execute, and it figures out what the default no pressure on the hat's sensitivity is. It kind of reconfigures all of that. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to faff around with breaking that on this stream. But I'll show you all my settings on here as well in a minute because it's relevant to what I'm showing you on this screen. So we've calibrated that. We did that a second ago. And what that's going to do, if you see here, as I open, put my foot down on the pedal, it's recognizing closed, it's recognizing open, and you got all these presets for different things. So you can have, I want it really open, like, now that doesn't work for me because I have to press down quite a lot. Like that to me would still feel like I'd have if I was playing an acoustic kit, that would be closed hat. So that's not right for me. We can, like, default might work. That's still a little bit too open for me. I'm gonna go closed more. That feels good. So we've got all these different articulations, all these different areas, and if you're like, hey, I want to slightly change where these are, you can. You can grab these and move them slightly. So you want open 3 to start about there. This is getting like really, really into it. I haven't played around with this bit too much because honestly, the default, the presets are kind of great for that. Like it just moves everything enough to be to feel realistic. So like close even more or close more works really well. And then this is literally like the saving grace. This bit is so good. This is what was introduced in the last update. So there's a button here which is hi-hat splash sensitivity. Okay, now I'm going to show you this because this is mad. When you do that, you hear that noise? That it's triggering the open hat. It knows that that's happening. When you're like me and you're clumping around all over the place playing stuff like that with the pedal hat, hear that? That is not what a pedal hat would sound like. You wouldn't have that splash opening sound being so loud and present when you're playing an acoustic kit. It just wouldn't sound like that. And that was my main gripe with all of this setup for the longest time, because you couldn't get rid of that. That was so difficult to get rid of. In fact, I had a couple of calls with the guys at Toontrack about this like a year or so ago, and they gave me some advice and I implemented that, and it did help, but it didn't completely go away. But in the last update, or the one before that, they put this in, and what this lets you do is dial down the sensitivity of that splash. So it's still doing it there, starting to go, it's completely gone around there. But for me personally, I'm just like, see you later, mate. I don't want that at all. See, it's not doing it now. And when I'm doing pedal hat now, I'm only getting the pedal hat sound. That's all I'm getting. And that's exactly what I want. I don't want that splash. I don't want all the extra bits that are triggered sometimes by it not quite understanding what I'm doing. That dial there, that button, saves so much grief. So if you are going through the pain that I went through as a person with an electronic drum kit and wondering how on earth to get the hi-hats to work, that is how you do it. Now, there's another thing that I'll tell you that you need to know as well, which is on this side of things. So on the Roland side of things, on the hi-hat, there are some settings that you want to get down there as well. The first place to start before you start messing with any settings in Toontrack is the Roland brain. You want to get the settings correct in the Roland module before you take it across before you start tinkering in Toontrack, in Superior. So I'm going to go into the Roland. I'm going to say, hey, Roland, I'm playing my hi-hat. I'm going to hit the trigger button up here. And it's going to be like, yeah, Jay, you're playing your hi-hat. There it is. I see it. Now, I've got these things dialed in. You tell it the trigger type is a VH13, which is what these hi-hats are. They're called the VH13s. And the offset is, there's a couple of things. You got the foot splash sensitivity, which is how sensitive it is to the thing that we just turned off there, so it's kind of irrelevant. But the offset there is that's the thing that gets set when you calibrate the hats within the Roland module here. So we're not going to worry too much about that. But what we are interested in is the sensitivity. Now, that, as we can tell, is doing some stupid shit. Hear that? It's going wah, 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 wah. It's doing that. We don't want that. We're going to dial back the sensitivity to about 2.5. Oh, look at that. It's gone away. How good is that? So I dialed back the sensitivity to 2.5 from 7. Such a small amount, but I dialed that back. And what I'm going to do is knock the rim gain up a little bit, because I like the edge of the hats to be a bit louder, because they would in real life. I'm going to go, let's see if we can tell the difference. See, you can quite clearly hear that. I'm going to have that around 1.8. So there we go. McMullen's, Jay, I see you have the kit 99 for the Toontrack. Is the module going to automatically set the kit, or is it something we do? So I found, honestly, that there's a kit in here that's called the Prog kit. It was just called the Prog kit. And for the longest time, in fact until today, I just used that because it was... it felt about right for my kind of playing. So I tweaked the sensitivity of the pads. I'll show you. Like, if we go to the snare, you can like the sensitivity of this. It's on 9.5 now, but like I tweaked all of those until they felt about right. And I've done the same with this Roland one. Sorry, the Toontrack one. I've just made one called Toontrack because I thought it looked cool, and I thought I liked 99 because it was the last one in the bank. There's no reason why it's 99 other than I just chose to do that before the stream, and I called it Toontrack because I'm extra. I also made it pink here. I didn't know that it could do that. That made me incredibly happy when I did that earlier. So, but yeah, you obviously go in and set all of the sensitivities within. That's the wrong place. You set the trigger sensitivities on here first. So if I'm like, that's a little bit too sensitive or not sensitive enough, like that tom's really sensitive for me. 7 to 7.5 is normally about right. That can probably get down a bit. The floor tom's always meaty, and that can do with going down a little bit. But get those sensitivities done first, and that helps a lot. So there's just a couple of little treats for you. There's a couple of other things we're going to do. Actually, what I will tell you, that's going to be super exciting, hopefully, is that on Tuesday the 30th, we haven't announced this yet, but I'm going to announce it now. Tuesday the 30th, myself and Acle are going to do a live mixing session from our home studio. So I'm going to be here. Acle's going to be in his home studio in the UK. And we're going to do a live mix using only the Toontrack, the mixer. So the mixer and the plugins and all of that. He's going to be controlling my computer here, and we're sending him a live mix through the internet, and he's hearing that like a split second after I hit it here. It's crazy. I didn't know that this technology existed. It's madness. So we got it all working yesterday, and we're like, that's what we're going to do. So what I'm not qualified to do is go in here into the mixer in Toontrack and be like, hey, look at all this crazy stuff. I'm going to show you. Hang on, let's show everything. like, I'm no good at putting compression and things on and knowing what I'm talking about, but Acle is particularly good at all of that sort of stuff. So he's going to do a live mix while I'm playing, and we're going to play around with some of the new Toontrack sounds as well on that stream. Tuesday the 30th, 2 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. UK time. So make sure you're around for that one. But one of the other reasons I flipping love this software is because, now let me show you, when you load up one of these kits, if we just go to here, that's default. All right, you go to the default kit. It's dry, right? It's real dry, and it doesn't sound bad, but you'd want to be able to process it. And the reason it's dry is because different engineers are obviously going to have different tastes and different ways of making the music sound, so they are going to want to apply their mixing methods to the raw sounds, which is fine. When I'm playing the drums, kind of want it to sound like it's in a lovely sounding big room, and Toontrack give you a bunch of things that kind of do that and make it sound massive out of the box. So if, like me, you're a bit of a plum and you're not that good at mixing, you can go, oh, look at this, there's Will Putney's big and beefy kit, so I'll click on that straight away. It's a much bigger sound. Like, there's still a bit of a way to go there, but that is definitely a bigger sound, like, undeniably. Then we've got dense and deep kit, which is one that that's kind of where I start with my kit. I'd need to add other toms because you can see there's only 2 toms on there. But I love that one. Let's see what else we got. Let's have a little listen. We got punchy and balanced. That is punchy. That snare. That snare's fantastic. I love that. I might need to play with that one a bit more. Punchy and balanced. Remember that one, guys. Short and snappy. That's nice. That's a little bit too short and snappy for me, but I can see where that would work. But the great thing is, these are like, it's all just out of the box. You don't have to do anything. They make these amazing kits sound even better. That sounds very much like the dark and deep kit, or whatever the one I was using. But you got those ones. You got Toontrack ones. You've got there's all these different things you can play around with. The one that I use, so I've got a preset up here. Open recent. Kit 7. That's what I've called it. Kit 7. And the only difference on this one, if I go up to the mixer, is I think I just made it a bit louder. That was all it was really. I put the output up a little bit. We could even turn it up. Turn it up there. That might be a bit loud. I didn't save it when I changed my cymbals over a second ago, so I'm going to have to change that back now. Sorry, guys. We've got let's just change this back real quick. That's going to be crash 2. There you go. And that one is going to be crash 2, because there's 2 areas. I should have saved this earlier. I'm an idiot. There you go. 1, 2. That's going to be the crash ride over there. Crash ride, crash. There we go. And then that stack. That's also going to be the stack. Now, I've imported a different instrument here because I like that stack sound isn't in this library. I've imported it from the Progressive Foundry library. I really like that stack. Now, there's my broken cymbal. You know, like in real life when you break a cymbal and it actually sounds rubbish. The same happens when you break a electronic cymbal. It sounds rubbish. So what we can do to correct it, it's supposed to be a china. So first of all, I have to tell it to be a china. Click on MIDI, click on that one, or hit that one, and then go down to china 2, crash. There you go. Now, there's a thing on these cymbals called aftertouch, right? Which is this button down here. See that? Oh, you can't. Oh, yeah, you can see it. There we go. So what that does, when you hit a cymbal and you mute it, you can mute it with your fingers, like that. Now, if that is on that cymbal, that's what you get, because it's broke. And I think you might agree that is not what you want a china to sound like. So if you are battling with a slightly faulty cymbal, life hack, put aftertouch off, and it comes back to life. Unlike in real life, when you crack a cymbal and it sounds terrible, you can click the aftertouch button. Did I call it the afterlife button then? It should be called the afterlife button because it gives new life to broken cymbals. But there you go, it works again now. And now I'm using lighter sticks, so hopefully the crack in that one won't get any bigger. So that's another little hack that I found out over the past couple of years. Has anyone, by the way, I've not been keeping my eye on chat that well. Has anyone got any questions about any of the stuff that I'm talking about so far? I'm rattling through like a bunch of different things that I've discovered since using this software. I found something else out the other day that I didn't know about. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm going to show you now, actually. So this is a little trick that that Acle uses when mixing TesseracT stuff, or when like putting together sounds. So check this out. First of all, you've got millions of different snare drums in it, literally millions. Well, not millions, but a lot. The one I'm using is a DW Performance steel snare, but I also like the Drumcraft series. Like that sounds quite nice. We got all these different snares. So let's go back to the DW one. That one, absolutely love it. But let's say, it's not quite massive enough. I need it to sound bigger than that. You can right click on it, go to more, go to add to, and then over here you've got all the different trigger areas on the snare, right? So I'm going to do add to rim shot. So rim shot, for anyone that isn't a drummer, rim shot is when you hit the snare and the rim of the drum, you get that explosive, super loud sound. That's generally like the accents when I'm playing an acoustic kit. The reason that your drumsticks get chewed up is because you're playing a rim shot. So I'm going to click rim shot, and I'm going to, these are all the snares and all the sounds that I've got. I'm going to select, where is it? Where's Modern Metal? It can be from any of the libraries that I've got. Modern Metal EasyX. You've got all these different snares. So I'm going to add to it one of these other snares. Let's do the Black Beauty. I love the Black Beauty. I used to have one of those. So we're going to add to it the Black Beauty, stack onto the rim shot. So now what's happening when we're hitting that rim shot, it's triggering. Can you see that other drum that's just arrived? Can you see that? Up here, it's triggering both snares. Which is amazing. So you can stack all these different snare drums and get different sounds. So you could have a completely different sound for ghost notes, for example. You could have a completely different sound for ghost notes. You could just say, hey, I want that to be, let's do add to more. Let me just let me save this kit first before save. There we go. More, add to center. So we're going to go center, and I'm going to look back in the Modern Metal EZX, and we're going to say let's find a good ghost note. That actually sounds like it'd be a great ghost note when it's quiet. So let's say the 14 DW collectors, right? That's what we're going to have as this center. So stack on there, and now I've never actually tried this, so this is me completely winging it. It adds a bunch of extra things in here. If I take, let's find it. I think it's over here. But you could essentially turn down the first snare that you were using. I think I've just chosen the exact same snare. Can I do... show all channels, there we go. I'm just trying to find it. Where are you? Must be these guys. So... Is it those? Okay, it's not doing it. I'll get Acle to show us this next week. I had an idea, but it's the kind of thing that you need to test in advance. But you could say, I want this snare drum to be like a different snare for ghosts and a different snare for accents and that kind of stuff. And I love the idea of playing with that. But yeah, we'll play around a bit more with that on the 30th when I've got the master here who knows a little bit more about that than I do. I only learned that literally 2 days ago. Literally. So I saw someone ask a question a second ago. Was it Stoobs? Any tips for recording MIDI and latency? Yes. There is, yeah. So if you go to... You have to basically tell your sound card, not your sound card, sorry. You have to lower the... I'll just show you. I'll literally just show you. It's so much easier. Let's close this. If I'm in Cubase, for example, I would have to go to Studio, Setup, and you've got here input latency and output latency. And you can't do anything to that there. You click on the control panel, and this pops up, right? Can you see that okay? You should be able to see that okay. And you set this to a low number. Now, 96, 64 works okay for me. At 64, I start to get some artifacts. What this is doing is it's giving your computer an amount of time to process the thing that you want it to do. And the higher this number goes, the more time you're giving it, but the weirder it's going to feel to play the drums. It's going to feel super weird if you're hitting the drums and you've got it up at, like, I'll show you. Shall I show you? Will it break? I don't know if it'll... I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to click one of them high numbers, but if I click, like, 190... Well, what's that one? 192. If I hit that, if I'm hitting a snare, it's going to be like... It's going to sound in the future. It's not going to sound like I'm actually playing it or feel like I'm playing it. But the lower down you get, maybe a super powerful PC could do it. Or it would be able to do it, it'd be fine. But you're asking the PC to do a lot in a short amount of time. And when it can't do it, you get clicks and you get pops and you get all these little artifacts that you don't actually want in the sound. So... I'm going to stick with 96 for now. Let's go with 64, and maybe we'll get some of those artifacts. Or can I show you? Like, so that's at 32. Like, It's not doing anything now, but if I was doing lots of Cubase things and running loads of plugins, Carver, how do I have the audio plugins set for latency, especially for streaming? I don't have plugins running. I've got no plugins. The only thing that I've got running is Superior. I have Superior standalone running, and that's it. It's all in the box. I don't have external compressors and all this kind of stuff running. So I probably could get away with 32. I'm going to stick it back on 64 though. That's what I like. But actually, that didn't break, so let me put it up to 1024, and I'll... Yeah, like... You might not be able to tell, but it's like... Duh-duh. But it's like... Ba-da, 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 ba-da. It's that kind of distance from me actually hitting it and doing the thing. So, let's put it back to 64. That's kind of going to be good for me, I think. And we can see the latency, so we got 4 milliseconds in, 4 milliseconds out, so 8 milliseconds latency. If you're telling me you can literally tell... I had it on 96. Oh no, okay, cheers, thank you very much. I'm just going to put it on this for now, and if we start getting artifacts, I'll have a little cry and put it back. But I mean, 8 milliseconds, no one's going to know about that, are they? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's good enough for me. So let's okay that. You can just do that down here in the Focusrite control as well. You don't have to be in... you just have to find wherever your audio... whatever this thing's called, the Scarlett... Well, an audio interface. You have to find the settings for that and change it there. So let's go back to Superior real quick. That's sounding good to me. No artifacts there. So there's very, very little that you have to do when you get one of these things out of the box, really. You tell it the model of kit that you've got. You dial the settings in on the brain a little bit to make sure that it's right there first before you take it over to there, and then you can tweak till your heart's content. But with it, I mean, you've got a massive mixer that comes with this, and you can tweak all of these things. Let's say I want, I like the dynamic mic, the room mics to be up on these things because it sounds so good. They kind of are cranked on here, but for example, like it's just the room mic. I love the room mics so much. Like my favourite microphone. Close mics never sound good to me, but room mics just sound... that... You can hear the microphone in the room. I absolutely love it. So you can turn all of those things up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play along to a couple of TesseracT songs with this kit. Just the settings that we've got here. I'm going to play along to a couple of test songs, and then if you guys have got any questions as well, please shout up. I would love to answer any more specific questions you might have about the eDrum setup stuff. But there is honestly, once you've done that and you've told it what kit you're using and you've dialed in a couple of the other things, it's so simple. It took me a while to even realize that you could do those things, though. I kind of expected it to work out of the box, and it doesn't want to do that. But once you tell it, it loves to cooperate, and especially now that the hi-hat thing's in there, it's an absolute dream. So, let's go over to here. Let's play along to a song or two. But you guys got the metronome there, haven't you? I hope you don't mind metronome. There you go. Hollow, flipping old TesseracT song that we're trying to resurrect for album 5 maybe. Right. You always thought Hollow was too short. I don't think it will be if it gets used on 5. I think we'll extend it a bit. So have we got any drummers in the chat? Has anyone got any questions about anything that I've just talked about? Or are you all like, no, Jay, you've literally just answered every question I could have possibly had about E-drums? Do I have an affiliate link for SD3? I do not. They don't do affiliate things. So no, I haven't got an affiliate link. But if you type ! Toontrack in the chat, you'll get a link to Superior 3 and the modern Metal Easy X that I'm using here. What's the best SD all-in-one pack for metal drums? Honestly, I love the modern Metal Easy X. I really get along with that. It's not an expensive pack. It sounds bloody brilliant. There's loads of different snare drums in there. It's like not as vast as some of the other libraries, but it's brilliant. It's what I've been using. Well, since, was it November? When did it come out? It came out maybe a year ago, maybe a bit less than that. But it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. In a minute, we're going to have a play with 2 new Easy X's that they released, the Duality I and II. And I haven't played with them yet. This is going to be completely new territory, so we're going to have a little play with those. You feel like a stupid student at the lectern when the professor asks any questions. Well, it's only if there's anything that you guys have got that's a question that I can help answer, because I know I've been through the pain barriers with these things. Like, there's definitely things that it's daunting when you set it all up first, because you're like, what do I do? How do I get this to feel more realistic? And there's definitely things that you can do to make it feel more realistic. Amigo Boomer, hello, you joined late. Am I using USB from the Roland module or a simple? I'm using MIDI. It's just a MIDI cable. So out of the TD50, out of this guy here, into there, and it works an absolute treat. I've never had any issues, and it works real good. How do I control the audio levels for the stream mix? So for the stream, so I've got a fairly crazy setup here. I've got 2 computers. So the one behind me that's lighting up when I talk, that's streaming, and then this one next to me that has got Superior on it, that's just an audio computer. So I'm running all audio into this computer, and then I've literally got a cable out of this into the stream computer, because I just wanted to keep it separate because of latency. Basically, I wanted to keep it all separate. For getting the levels on here, I honestly just use the Focusrite control because it's real easy. So I can be like, hey, here's my microphone level, and you can see it going up there. Oh look, there's my drums as well. And then if I'm playing music on Spotify, there's the Spotify up on the top left. So I just set those, and then I've got headphone 1 is me, headphone 2 is the stream. They're ever so slightly different. It's really easy. A little bit of you have to tweak things ever so slightly when you're setting it up, but once you got it dialed in, it's kind of done. Real easy. I don't really do anything in OBS. In OBS, I've literally just got one bar going up and down. That's it. There's nothing else. Everything else is muted. Right. So I'm going to have a little bit of water because my throat is dry because I'm getting over a cold. And then we're going to have a little look at the brand. Actually, there's 2 things. I'm going to let you guys decide what you want to do first. Toontrack released a MIDI pack that I've been working on for a long time. I worked on it for about 4 or 5 months, and it's huge. It's like over 500 performances on this kit. And I cherry-picked them all. I recorded loads more than that and went through them all, chose the best ones, edited them so that they were exactly how I wanted them. And then they've released that 2 days ago. and I want to have a little listen to some of those things because they sent me the pack. I want to have a listen to a couple of them grooves. We can do that, or we can have a play with the new Duality kits. What are you guys up for? Whatever, you guys direct the stream for me. Stoobs, you're quite welcome, mate. Don't worry. Thank you very much. Amigo Boomer, are all my sessions tracks being recorded at home these days, or do we do final takes on an acoustic kit in a studio? So everything that I do at the moment is on this, or at least it was the last 2 years because COVID. But TesseracT 5, we've got a studio booked in the UK, so we know we're going to be in the studio in May next year, May 22, recording that. So I'll do all the pre-work on this, and then I'll go into a studio to record it properly. There you go, Test 5. Okay, Diego says first option. Guys, option 1 or option 2? Are we going to... Let's have a listen to the new kits first, and then we'll have a look at my pack. Let's do that. So, how do we get a new pack up here? We go, hey, Duality I, Duality II. Let's go with Duality I. Let's do it in order. So, this is exciting. We've got new drum sounds, ladies and gents. Let's get it back to the Toontrack screen. Look at this. Brand new drum sounds. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, that sounds fat. It sounds like it needs a bit more processing because that is just the flat kit. But without doing anything though, that sounds lush. Yeah, without doing anything, that sounds great. Hats are nice. Let's see what we've got. So we've got the Sabian Paragon and the Sabian AAX. No, that's AA Explosion hats. I prefer the Paragon. Let's get them back up. Now, guys, help me choose some sounds then. So what we're going to do, I'm going to cycle through a few different options, and we'll see if we can put a bit of a kit together. Now, I'm not going to have... My kit obviously isn't this big. I'm not going to have all these splashes and things. But I'll have this China over here that is a Paragon as well. Now, there's my broken China, so let's just turn the aftertouch off. Get that. There we go. That's a nice China. I think there's only that China, and then you've got, yeah, over here, I think it's a Holy China. Is it a Holy China? It is. It's the 19 Holy China. But I'm still going to go with it. Even though I love the Holy China, I'm going to go with the Paragon because it's in the wrong place in my ears. I want it to be over there. I don't think I can change that. So, tom-wise, they sound quite nice. Have we got tom options, or is it just one tom? So it's just one tom. But we can tune them. This is one thing you can do. I like to tune these things a bit so it sounds a bit more like my kit. That sounds like my kit. That sounds like an 8-inch tom, doesn't it? Let's try around there. I like that. You guys like them? Right, cymbal wise, that is what we got there. We got a HHX complex thin crash. We've got an explosion as well. The 19, I literally used to use one of them. That's going to be complex thin, or a 20. Okay, Shizzy, can you change beta type? That's a very good question. I don't think you can. You can change kick, though. There's loads of different kicks. Do you want to hear the kicks? We got Pearl Masterworks. We got Pearl Crystal Beat Acrylic. Premier Artist Maple. Wires off. Oh, okay, wires off the snare, I guess. That sounds strange. Masterworks Birch. I think that's the best one. So, what was that? 15 by 24. I didn't know there was a 15-inch deep. I suppose you can have whatever you want, really. I might make it a bit lower, though. Like, maybe even a little bit lower than that. Tune it down a bit more. You know, yeah, this is brand new. This came out like a couple of days ago. Okay, that kick sounds quite nice. What we got ride wise? Complex medium thin or medium ride. AAX Bell dry ride. That's kind of like the one I've got then. Slavic Donut. Do I know if the new Roland digital hats work with SD3? I haven't tried it, but I do know someone that's got them and said it works like a dream. My friend Nate in the UK got a pair and he uses Superior 3 and he said it's an absolute dream. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, they do work. I want to get a pair for myself just to have them and try them. Okay, Shizzy, we'll see you next time, mate. Thank you for hanging out, dude. But yeah, Slavic Donut, that is double check, but I'm confident that they do. It'd be crazy if they didn't. Diego, what basic EQ or mixing do I do on these samples when playing, if any? Diego, I do zero, honestly. I might boost the levels of individual things, but I tend to, honestly, go to one of the like the default kits, the pre-mixed things, start there, and because they're so good, they just sound nice. And then if I want to add another sound, I'll add another sound. If I want to tune a tom up, like, I tend to not mess with the overall mixes too much, other than maybe turn the overheads up. So here's me saying I don't mess with the mix that much, and then telling you all the things I do to mess with the mix. I'll turn the ambient mics up and I'll turn the overheads up a bit, because I like my kit to sound like I'm just playing it in a room. I don't want it to sound crazily processed, which is kind of the difference between me and the other guys in the band, if I'm honest. Like the sound that we have on stage, the sound that like the snare sound is always a point of pain when we're trying to not on this thing, but like live. The snare sound that we have in our ears is not good, in my opinion. They try to process the crap out of it. I just want it to sound like a snare drum. It just sounds awful. But the way to get around that, I think, is to turn overheads up and room mics and things like that, because then you just get the snare sound. It sounds so good. So there you go. Solo the room mics and play Bonham licks. That's what I'm saying. Just literally room mics for days. It just sounds and feels so good when you do that. All right. So that ride. Here we go. Talking about mixing things. That ride to me seems quiet compared to everything else. Like, for the amount I'm hitting it, it feels a little bit like it should be hit harder, or it should be making a louder noise. So I could just turn the ride up. Yeah, I'll show you the two things you could do. So if I go to mixer, ride, you can just turn it up. So that's a bit more like it. And then you got the kind of crashable ride bit. This ride's wild. The crash is actually really quite loud. But that's probably something I need to change on the Roland side of things. So I could always go to the Roland and be like, hey, be a bit louder. Oh, actually no, turn that down. There you go, that sorts that out immediately. That crash is more like how it would crash in real life. Turn that down to 0.8, and then the sensitivity. That feels about good. Yeah, I like that. That feels good. Nice. So, what don't I like? Let's see. We got that. Okay, there's the first thing I don't want. I want that to not be a splash. That's my main crash. So let's change that to be what we got. Actually, that needs to be crash 1. So I need to just change a couple of things real quick. That. Crash 1. Change that again. Crash 1. And crash 2. Crash 2 as well. And then that's going to be crash 3, not splash. Not splash, thank you very much. Splash 3. Sorry, crash 3. Okay, they feel good. I'd actually have that crash tuned down a little bit, which is not something you can do in real life, but you can do on here. Is that? Or that. Now, one thing I'm noticing, I'd need to do a bit of work on the snare. The snare would be, it feels like it would be louder in real life. So, a couple of things we can do. The first and easiest one is to just turn it up. Like that. So that feels quite nice. Ghosts seem very quiet. Now this is where I can show you something cool. So the ghosts are like, they need to come up ever so slightly. So what you can do, click on the snare, click on MIDI in, click on velocity. And what we're going to do is create a bit more of a steep incline. See, it's getting louder. If we go all the way too loud, but dial it back a bit, that might be more realistic. A little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. This is where you fine tune. And also, the rim shot isn't quite... I'd actually turn the rim shot up a little bit. Or, this is where you get all clever. You'd get to a mixer, and on... Which snare mics we got? Not that one. On that one, you'd probably put a compressor, wouldn't you? So dynamics, compressor, and then here's me knowing absolutely nothing about compressors, but attack's going to be down, isn't it? Super quick. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I'll let Acle do all these things. Diego, what's the approximate velocity range of the ghost notes compared to the ones you use when programming? I mean, so I'll play them in. I like to hear them a bit louder when I'm playing them. So I can show you. If we go to, let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to show you this without it taking ages. I'm like, so velocity 59 there, 56, like, yeah, in like the mid to high 50s is the velocities for ghosts for me, but in a mix we'll take them probably down further than that. Like if I'm looking at them in Cubase, where you have like it starts out blue, doesn't it, when it's really quiet, they'll be blue. Like in Cubase they'd be dead quiet. I don't know if that helps. It helps with the answer, but yeah, we'll tend to have one snare that's doing ghost notes. I guess it's one MIDI note, but we would have a couple of different sounds typically, and then the rim shots or the accents will be another couple of snares triggering at the same time. Acle likes to have different transients, but you're not a drummer, but you're learning drum programming. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Tabs and lessons have been super helpful. That's good to know, dude. But yeah, that's snare's feeling a bit better. What I'm kind of maybe a bit too much, you know. Let's dial this back a little bit. That feels a bit better. Now let's go to mixer. I do know something that will help, is if we stick a compressor on this lad. Generic drum bus. There you go. The good sound. That's what that did. Let's knock it up a bit so we get a bit more volume. That feels more like drums. Just getting that bit more volume, and it's definitely compressed it to hell, though, hasn't it? Let's see what the default, not default kits, what the presets sound like, because I haven't heard any of these yet. We've got 2 of these packs to listen to. So we've got Jacob Herman Mid City. Okay, so listen to Mid City. Let's see what these kits look like as well. So he's gone through and done all of this. So you've got a compression, reverb, distortion, all sorts of things going on, adding to these drum buses. Wait, I need to turn that off every time. Flipping aftertouch. Well, that's weird. It's very cool, but it's very weird. Mid City. Clang the Conqueror. Clang the Conqueror, I like that. Let's get aftertouch off there. Well, Acle would love that transient. Interesting, but again, not for me. Clang. That's like, that snare's so clangy. Get a room. Oh, it says no effect, no bus effects. Hang on a sec. Again, they're really interesting mixes on these. High and dry. Oh, hello. That's crazy sounding. I actually really like that. Not for TesseracT, but like there's some interesting shit going on there. Smear it on top. Interesting. Smear it on top. What a name for a mix. The Big Short. Here we go. Come on. They're crazy sounding mixes. The Big Short. We got, what else we got? Toontrack Boom. Toontrack Boom. That one's nice. There's like an airiness to that I actually really enjoy. Boom. We got carbon and steel. That's real dry as well. Carbon and steel. We got Denmark. Yeah, there you go. That's real nice. I like that one. Denmark, that's my favourite one so far. Absolute Denmark. Letters. Oh, those toms are great. Those toms are great, aren't they? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Letters. What else we got? There's another one. There's two. Natural gem. Again, that's quite, I suppose, natural gem. That I was going to say that's quite dry, because it is. It's like natural, isn't it? And then we got pilots. Oh. That one's quite nice. I could hear using that. So you got like, those are the ones that come with it, right? And you can change all of them. Like you don't have to stick with it. That's just like an option. What else we got? We got the Duality I, Duality II. Okay, Duality II. What snares we got then? We got 14x6 DS drums aluminium. We got, oh hello, Mapex Blackmaster, Mapex Brassmaster, East, what's this one? East Copper. I like that Mapex one. Oh, hello. That was great. That's real nice. The Maple DW. I might have to get one of them. Tamer Warlord. That is a flipping warlord, isn't it? That's madness. Oh my days. Pearl. Oh, hello. DS drum steel. I think I found my favourite with that maple one, you know. Let's get back to that. That was sick. Where's the maple one gone? Actually, no, that was sick as well. That's sick. I like that one. Have we got more than one tom, or is it? Let's have a look. No, same toms. Okay. But you know what we're gonna do to that? We're gonna make that flipping meaty. So let's tune it down a bit. That's sick. The hats I quite like. What are they? DS Rebel Custom Shop. I've never heard of them in my life. Oh, damn it, that's the tom. I was going to say. It's hitting the wrong thing. Azilsion something something. Ooh. Ah. Okay, the rim gain is way too high on that one. So you dial this back here. And then you turn the hi-hats up here to get it a bit more realistic. Yeah, I need to do a little bit of work on the hats to get those to feel a bit better. But I think I like the other ones, the KV. Quite cool. They sound really small. They sound like 13s. I can record MIDI direct into SD3 and export as audio tracks too. I've never done that, you know, but I believe you can. Yeah, there's a tracker here. I always track into into Cubase, because that's just what we use with tests. But yes, you can track in here as well, which is fantastic. Okay, so that is going to be a stack. Oh yes, that's a good sounding stack, isn't it? Do you hear that? Where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Stack, 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 stack. There we go. Stack, and then change that to the stack as well. That's quite nice. Is that the same one I was using? There's 2 stacks, so let's have a look. We've got stack 1, stack 2. Let's have a go on that. Oh, that's completely different. Stack 2. I'm going to raise the volume of that stack immediately. See what that's like. I reckon that's a nice sounding one though. Like that. That's nice. Regan, hello, how's it going? You're sorry. Oh, you're happy you bought tickets to see us in Mexico City. Amazing. I hope that show. I hope that happens, because COVID stuff. Hopefully, it's all fine and it goes ahead. But yeah, we've had to postpone those shows like 3 times, which is mad. But yeah, dude, if they go ahead, that's gonna be fantastic. What are you saying, McMallan's? Do I know if SD2 is the same? I don't. I didn't use 2. I went straight into 3, so I haven't got any experience with 2. I can't imagine it's vastly different. I say that it probably is vastly different, but I mean fundamentally, it's doing the same thing, right? But it's just the Superior 3 is going to be more advanced. It's going to have newer, more advanced tools, more kind of relevant to current mixing methods and things. So happy with the stack. Kind of happy with the ride. China, I'd like it to actually be a China. So let's turn the aftertouch off. Nice. That sounds like a nice kit. McMallan's, dude. I'm grateful, dude. I'm glad that you're having a good time. If you can learn a little bit, that's fantastic. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 secs. I was just really aware that you could hear a vacuum cleaner in the background, so I had to go and ask Bailey to not do a vacuum cleaner for a second. Right. Yeah, McMallan's, if you got any questions about that, just reach out. Always available for a chat. Right. Let's carry on. I'm liking how this is sounding. We haven't done any fiddling around with... in fact, should we see what it sounds like over a Tesseract song real quick? I might have to boost the levels a little bit. Let's just do Dystopia, like wherever we were. Yeah, I'd have to get the audio up a bit. One sec. Okay. That China's great. That's nice. Myth, you can't wait to see us when we have some North America dates. 100%. Dude, same. It's nice. I think I could do with a bit more processing on the kick. I'll have a play around with the... let's see what we got. Let's see what the Toontrack ones are like. Anthem. Oh, hello, Anthem. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, that's, I think it's a different snare, maybe. Yeah, that's not bad though. The Anthem kit, I'd just turn it all up. The Brawler. And again, my China's broke. Oh, I need to fix that, don't I? That's quite nice, actually. Myth, what are you saying? Does a preset adjust the levels in the faders? I think so. I think... that's a good question. Should we have a look? So there's preset 1. I think it does. Yes, it adjusts everything. And then downfall. Oh no, that stayed the same. Unless it is just the same. Like halo. Yeah, it seemed to change. That's great. That's fantastic, actually. That one's really good. Definitely, I think that's my favourite so far. Should we start there? Yeah, there is ping on the snare. That's great. Anyone else a fan of that snare? It's really nice. What is it? What is it? It's the 14 by 5.5 East Copper. Never heard of that. That's fantastic. It's well good. How does it stay tuned high? Probably because it's an E-kit. But, I mean, we could always... we could play with the tuning. No. I really like that. I like how this kit sounds just straight away. It's so good. Mike, what are you saying? How tight should the resonant head-on acoustic snare be? Like, how long should a piece of string be? I'd say... I mean, I like to have it kind of medium. Like, I don't crank it all the way. I'm not like tuning it up super high because you lose. I don't know. You lose tone. I feel like it's just like pop and gone. But Acle and the guys like a low snare. I don't like a low snare. I like the weight of a low snare, but I like it to have some crack. So I'll go with like a medium tuning. When I've got my acoustic kit, I'll do like a stream where I show you all that stuff. But yeah, it's a lot. I'm in a ska band now, Batbeard. Apparently so. Oh, my days. That sounds so good. Yeah, I'm liking that. I might change the kick, or I might not change the kick. I might add to the kick. Add to the kick hit. We're going to go Duality II. No, we're not. We're going to go Duality I. That first one. Stack hit. That's pretty massive now, though. So, might have to go to the mixer, edit, show all. Turn these down a bit. That's great. Stack's dead quiet, so let's sort that out. I think we found the kit, guys. This is brilliant sounding. Oh no, actually that stack's good. All we have to do is this. Let's go to velocity and make it a bit more stacky. That's nice. Not that. But you could. Okay. Ride. Ride, I'm just going to turn up in the mixer a little bit. Because I can. Oh, the ride's already quite loud actually, so I'll go back to here and just turn the sensitivity up a bit on the ride. That's nice. I'm down with that. This is sick. Flipping great sounding, that is. Okay guys, what else would you guys do? Come on, what would you guys do? Did I record the stream? Papa Rain, I did record the stream. I'm going to put it on YouTube after this. Because I think it could help. Hopefully help some people. That's what I like to try and do with these streams. Right. Okay. I've had a play with these new sounds. I feel like I've got a kit sound that I like. I've shown you some E-drum stuff. Now that we've got a kit sound that I like, two things are going to happen. I'm going to give myself a little vegan candy for doing a good job. Delicious. And I'm going to have a play with my new toy. Check this out. Grooves, Progressive Metal 2. Look at all these. This is my MIDI pack. All of these are flipping things that are played. There's loads of them. There's 500 and something. And we're going to have a listen to some of them. I haven't heard this yet. So, if you guys are interested, you can get me to... you can literally have my drum beats on your music. I think it's like $30, $29 or something. So, let's have a little look. Let's go to the top. That sounds like me. That's a nice groove. What do you reckon? Do you like that? That's the actual tempo that I recorded it at. I didn't know you could do that. That's sick. So they've got like tempos that they've set it to, but then there's a button here, previewing original tempo, which is the tempo I recorded it in at. That's interesting. And the great thing about this is you can say whether you want what kind of things you want, what time signature you want. I just did straight, even though you know how you guys are always like, oh, what time signature is that TesseracT song in? And I'm like, it's 4. You're like, no, well, it's not, is it though? I'm like, it's 4. No, it's not. You're doing some silly number. It's 4. Well, confirming the only time signatures in here are 3 and 4. But I confirm I'm definitely doing some crazy things in this pack. So, let's have a listen to the next one. I'm just going to select some at random, see what we got. There we go. So they've slowed it down to that. Which actually sounds better, I think. It grooves more. Metal! These kicks are incredibly loud with this pack. That's a little fill. So all of these fills. I like this. This is flipping great. Okay, Shizit, you think it's playing 120 because that's what my session is set to? Oh, that's probably right. So I can just do play, preview and original tempo, and then it'll play it at the actual speed that I recorded it. That's stupid. That's absolute madness. I'm going to turn this around so I can talk and play these things. Let's have a look at this. Rob Hoyt. Hello, Rob. How's it going? Where can you buy the pack from? Type in ! MIDI pack. and it'll bring up a link for you in the chat. !MIDI pack, all one word, MIDIPACK, and it'll bring up a link. It's on the Toontrack website as well. You'll find a link there. There you go. Check out Jay's brand new MIDI pack. There's so many ideas in here. So let's have a look at this one. Open hats. Bring the kick down a bit. Mental! Listen to that! That's horrible! That's so metal! That is so metal. That's the most metal thing I've ever played. I can't remember half of these. It's been a minute since I listened to them. These are crazy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them on with the pack that I actually recorded them with, so that it sounds more like the one I'm used to. So it was Modern Metal, and it would have been my preset. No. Open Recent. Actually, no, this is my preset, more or less. Nope, that's not my preset. That doesn't sound like it at all. Open Recent, Kit 7, don't save. Grooves. Oh, I've lost. Where was that now? That's a nice groove. Papa Rain. I'm on the back end of a cold, mate. That's why I've had a cold for like a week. I caught it as I left London basically, and I felt rough for a couple of days. I was recording drum lessons today, and I was watching them back, and I sound like this in all of them, which isn't ideal, but hey. Okay, let's have a listen to some different ones. We've got loads of ride variations. There's loads. I like that. many things. So what's going on? There's like loads and loads of different takes over sections of songs. That's how I was doing it, right? I'd like loop loads of sections of my favorite Test songs and just come up with new things over it. And I had so many, like hundreds of takes for each bit. Not for every time, but like maybe like 50, 60 takes of most things, and then you'd go through and listen to them all and pick out the ones that were the best and like play with those a little bit. But man, like it was such a thorough thing, like going through and like choosing all the ones, because you need it to be diverse, right? You need to have like a range of things, like dynamic levels. Yeah, it was wild, absolutely wild. Good fun though, like obviously playing drums is fun. I can already tell that's Exile. Sounds like Exile. I'll do that. Nice. Man, it's nice having all of this. I could just do a stream where I listen to each one of these and we'd literally be here for an entire day. It would take so long to get through all of them. But I just wanted to have a little look. What's this one? That's what I'm saying. Oh man, I'm into that. I'm into the flipping ride ones. Drystad, maybe. Literally maybe. Let's see what else we got. Misc variations. That's great. There's loads of fills. I think there's like 11 songs I did stuff to. I remember doing that one. That is ridiculous. Got like simple versions and then like hectic versions. I love that one. That's sick. Flipping great this is. But yeah, dude, I mean, if anyone's interested, this came out 2 days ago. It's available on Toontrack website. If you do !MIDI pack, it will come up. And I believe it's like $29 or something, and it's literally over 500 different drum recordings that I did for Toontrack over. I think I started in June, ended in September, so it took quite a while to get them all down. But I had a lot of fun doing it. Do I have MIDI in the Death and Darkness pack? Okay, so Hamanu, how it works is the MIDI pack works with all of the libraries. So it's just the MIDI information. You load it in, and you can play it with any pack that you've got. So there's 2 packs that I've done, the Progressive Metal Pack 1 and Progressive Metal 2. And you literally, you buy it off the website, you install it in Product Manager, and it'll work with any of the Toontrack sounds. So if you've got Death and Darkness, it'll work with that. If you've got the Modern Metal Easy X, it'll work with that. If you've got Decades, it'll work with that. If you've got Rooms of Hansa, it'll work with that. There's like all these different libraries, Prog Foundry, any of them. It works with all of them. I recorded it using the Modern Metal Easy X, but the beats will 100% work in any of the libraries. I hope that answers the question. Drystad. Yeah, Easy Light. It'll work with everything, I'm pretty sure. Rob, what are you saying? You just got it? Yeah, dude. You just went and picked it up. Amazing. Thank you. Go and create some crazy prog industrial ambient rock this weekend. Well, you certainly have the tools to do it now, mate. All right. Has anyone got any questions about anything that I've done tonight? Because I'm getting incredibly tired. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream, and I'm about ready to go to sleep. So if anyone has any questions, I'll gladly talk to you for a bit and answer them. If you got any questions about the setup, about how I do any of this, I will gladly help and answer as much as I can. If you don't, I am going to upload this stream. If you missed any of it, like towards the start, I went through my whole setup and how I get it all working between the Roland module and Superior. I'm going to put it up on the TesseracT YouTube, so you can go and check that out if you're interested. And 30th of this month, Tuesday the 30th, 2 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. GMT, me and Acle are going to get together on a stream, and he's going to do a live mix using the Toontrack mixer and the built-in plugins in Superior Drummer 3. He's going to do a live mix from his home studio, controlling my computer, and you guys are going to get to tune in and watch that. So I'm going to be playing drums, and we're going to have a bit of a chat and a live mix, and it's going to be wild. We've never tried anything like that before. Well, we did on a call yesterday to make sure it works, but we've never done it live before, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to be on this channel, and I'd love for you guys to come and hang out. It'd be a dream. I'll if any of the mods are around to sort out a raid, that would be lovely. Carver, no chance that goes wrong. Honestly, it was fine. It works perfectly fine, so we'll have to see. Maybe the tech gremlins will grace us with their presence, or not. when we are going live with that one. Right. Ladies and gents, thank you so much. I've had a wonderful evening. I hope that some of that was interesting and that you've learned a little bit, especially the E-drummers that are there watching this. I hope that was useful for you. And you can always reach out if you've got any other questions. I'm on all the social medias, and I'll try and help you if I can. And go and check out my MIDI pack. Came out the other day. It's €29, not dollars, €29. Go and check that out. Superior 3 is what I'm using, and the new Duality stuff's just come out, and you've just heard me playing around with that. That sounded great. And thank you all so much. I'm going to go now and have a sleep. Until the next time, goodbye.